What's going on, guys? Back in the cage today. Go ahead and get some swings in with the new Demarini Zen. Not the CF Zen anymore or the Zoa. Both of those are gone now. Now they just have the Zen. Supposedly it's just the replacement for the Zoa. There's a lot of people I saw say that this is actually just a repainted red Zoa, but I've seen a lot of people, pretty trusted people in the bat community, say that's not true. It's a totally different new bat. So yeah, we actually never swung the red Zoa, so sadly we don't have anything really to compare it to that wise. But supposedly has the the new what do they call it, dark matter composite, I believe is what they're calling this one. Cool colorway, looks good looking bat, I think. Does actually feel, and Lucas in his break-in swings said it does feel like it swings pretty heavy. So yeah, interesting to know, compared to like he swung the War Stick composite recently, as well as like the Soldier Tank, some of those bats.
Those more balanced bats.
Yeah, those ones definitely seemed pretty balanced, even though like the War Stick was pretty hot. So yeah.
And the War Stick was also pretty light.
Yeah, the War Stick, I think, on the scale, the War Stick was actually pretty heavy, but I think a lot of that is because of the handle and how thick it is, all the way from the handle down to the knob. It's pretty thick on the War Stick bat, but I think the barrel itself is pretty light swinging. So yeah, I think this should be pretty interesting. Demarini was kind of the top dog in USSSA for years. It was kind of Marucci, Demarini, and I would kind of say they've fallen off the last couple of years, at least compared to their standards. But yeah, we'll see if it's a worthy new bat from Demarini, where it kind of falls in line with some of the other bats, and yeah, get in the cage and take some swings.
It really feels like end motion. Swinging.
going on, guys? Back in the office today after getting some hitting in with the new Zen. Yeah, so went into the cage, got in some hitting. This is actually like maybe our second day hitting it, third day hitting it. We've actually taken a decent amount of hacks with it, just to kind of confirm some things. And, you know, we honestly probably hit more with this bat than the last couple of them. Yeah, so a new offering from Demarini, it's been pretty interesting, kind of when we got into baseball, when Lucas, I say got into baseball, when he was like started to get more into, I guess, the travel select side of things. Um, Demarini basically ran the show. Like, Demarini and Marucci were kind of the two. Demarini had the CF, and before that, the CF Zen. And then they kind of made the Zoa when, it was the first orange or copper kind of colored Zoa. All were just the hottest bats of their time, essentially, and then Marucci had the Cat series with the Cat 9, and all really good bats. And, over the last couple of years, I wouldn't say they've fallen off, but maybe others have caught up a little bit. Obviously, you got like the Easton, hype fired, crazy hot. Rawlings Icon, all these bats that, you see a ton of these days, and you're honestly seeing less of the DeMarinis and the Maruccis. So maybe this was kind of their answer to that. That being said, I will say Lucas probably hit his worst with this bat out of the last few. Why that is, tough to say. It does. This bat feels a little end loaded, which Lucas is usually fine with. And, on the exit velo numbers, you'll see them on the screen here in a second. I'll probably put it up in the middle of this video right after this. You'll see that it just wasn't as hot as the last few bats we've sung, and nowhere near as hot as his Icon is. I don't know really why that is. We swung it a lot, and why I kind of alluded to at the start of the video, we swung it multiple days, probably taking a few hundred swings each day to try and kind of get a break in with it, because I was like, maybe it's just not broken in yet. Maybe, whatever it is. And guys, I'm not saying it's a bad bat. Not at all saying it's a bad bat. It just wasn't as hot as his Icon is, or even, a couple of the other bats we've sung recently. That being said, exit velocity at 9 years old, whatever, whoever's going to be swinging a drop 10 all the way from 7 to, 12. Probably not the biggest thing in the world. If your kid likes the way that this bat swings, which it does swing a little end loaded, I feel like. It's not crazy heavy, but it does swing a little end loaded. If your kid likes that, it's still a good bat. Still a great bat. I mean, you see the swings in the video. He's still hitting the ball hard. But yeah, that being said, do I think, this is as hot as the old CF Zens or the original Zoa? Hard to say. I don't have his exit velocity numbers with those bats, and we also didn't swing the red Zoa from last year, which a lot of people just say this is a repaint of that, which I don't know. I've heard from a lot of people in the actual bat industry that that's not true. I don't know. They say that this is a totally new bat. So, I think it is a good bat. I think if your kid likes a little bit of an end load, I think it does have a pretty good sweet spot on it. And honestly, maybe it just needs more break-in. Ours needs more break-in than what it's gotten so far. I mean, the barrel does look very clean still. But like I said, this bat probably has 250 swings on it. Tough to say exactly the amount, but we went the last few days to swing it. All in all, I do really like the look of the bat. I think it is a very clean looking bat. And yeah, I do think that this is probably an improvement over last year's Zoa. I think that, without getting actual exit velocity numbers off of that and stuff, you didn't see that bat hardly at all. I mean, I saw that bat a handful of times at most. I think you'll see this a lot more. I think this will become a lot more popular than the last year's Zoa. And I think you'll start seeing it a lot more. All in all, good bat. I think good answer from Demarini. as to like, you know, kind of their drop off, I would say a little bit. Not a huge drop off, but, you know, not dominating the market like they were before. Yeah, all in all, guys, still a really good bat. If your kid wants a little bit of an end load, swing on a little bit on the heavier side, definitely look at giving it a shot. Maybe if you have a really big kid, I think that they could probably mash with this thing. Yeah, all in all, guys, as always, thanks for stopping by. If you have any questions about it or any of our other bats, just throw a comment on the videos. I literally answer every single comment. And yeah, as always, guys, like and subscribe. Hopefully get some more videos out soon. Another one to kind of be, I think should be really interesting and exciting is we're going to do a comparison between USSSA composite and alloy in the drop 10 space. That's kind of the age where you're going to start seeing the difference. You know, Lucas's age, 9 to 10 years old, I think is about the age where kids can really start swinging them hard enough to see that difference. So we're going to take it and see. I think at Lucas's age, even with as hard as he swings, there's probably not going to be a crazy difference like people like to think there is. So yeah, as always, guys, like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the field.